this is Amanda from hookemcreations. Welcome back. If you haven't already, be sure to watch our videos to kind of catch up if you haven't already, just so you can catch on what stitch work you need to do in order to do this video. Today we are going to talk about how to do a stockinette stitch, or just simply a stockinette. So in the last video we were talking about how to cast off, and this was the little swatch that I made on how to cast off. So as you can see, I made two different stitches. So this border piece here is what's called a garter stitch. This is all you did with the knitting. You're knitting back and forth in a row. Then here, right here, you can see that it looks like a little braid. It looks like a braid in a way. That is what the stockinette is. That's what you see on sweaters and hats and or any other garments that you may see. And this is the most, this is a very common and familiar stitch. So when people are like, oh, that's knitting, they are referring to this stitch right here. And you sit there and go, yes, that is knitting. So we are going to talk about how to do this right here today. So if you don't already have your needles set up, I suggest you go do that. I already have stitches on here. I already did a long tail cast on, and I did this was from the previous video on how to do a purl stitch, so I just kind of left the stitches alone. So let's get started. So if you haven't already casted on, go ahead and cast on, and the first thing you're going to do is obviously get your yarn ready, Amanda. The first thing you're going to do is knit all the way across. Make sure you do not go through this little opening here. You want to go through this. Okay, you do not want to go here. You want to go here. Okay, make that very clear. Okay, you're going to yarn over. Oops. Pull through. And just keep on going all the way across. Just knit stitch all the way across. Alright. So I've knitted all the way across. We're starting to see that stockinette here a little bit. Now you're going to turn your work. Switch needles around. And now we're not going to knit across. Instead, we're going to purl. So again, same thing. Let's see if I can get this through here. So when you put your needle through, you want to put it through the single loop. Don't put it through here. Okay, don't want that. You want this. Okay, and same thing with the knitting. Wrap it around. Put it there. There you go. And you're going to purl stitch in each of the stitches all the way across. And now we're starting to get somewhere. Now you're starting to look like a stockinette stitch. Now, all the way back, you're going to do the same thing you did with row number 1. You're going to do the knit stitch. Going to knit all in each stitch all the way across. So again, just like that. Again, you're going to return, we're going to switch your work. So now you can see the back is looking a little different from the front here. And on the other side, you're going to purl stitch all the way back. Remember, you want to go in between there, not in this right here, in this stitch right here. Okay, remember, and wunderbar. And that is basically all you have to do for stockinette. Now, when you're working in with such as cable knitting needles, where you're working in a circle and the round, all you're just going to do is knit, do the knit stitch over and over and over again, basically in a circle all the way through, and then it will look something like this all the way through. And this is from the Addy knitting machine, and it has been worn and it has been washed, so that's why it has some lovely dog hair all over it. so you just did the stockinette stitch. If you like our videos and want to see more, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell and get notified when our next video comes out. If you want to get some awesome deals, be sure to buy us some coffee, because we will share any upcoming events, any sales going on, or if there's a coupon that you can use for our shop. Please be sure to buy us some coffee and get updates that way. Until next time, happy crafting!